Hi guys, welcome back to the next episode of the Director's Chair. Today we're looking at the Godfather world of Francis Ford Coppola. So let's get into it. Welcome back to the next episode of Director's Chair. We have there are plenty of directors, which the one that pretty much sticks out the most is Francis Ford Coppola and his influence in movies. So let's get into it. So it all started when he did a movie called Dementia 13. This came in 1963. This was a independently made black and white horror film. The film starred William Campbell and Laura Adders and Bart Patton. Um, so um, this movie was this is his first one. Um, it's okay movie by him. Um, it's okay. Like there is plenty. Like it's not my favorite. Um, this is pretty much it. So um, it's Dementia 13. This one film was remade in 2017. Um, so this is pretty much what I have to say. Then then in 1966 we had You're a Big Boy Now. It starred Elizabeth Hartman, Pierre Cashner, Geraldine Page, Rip Torn, Karen Black, and then Julie Harris. And then this was a comedy film. Um, this one was um this one was okay. And this one it's okay. Moved by Francis Ford Coppola. It made Then in 1968 we had Finian's Rainbow, and it's based on a 1947 stage musical of the same name. And this is a musical fantasy film. It stars Fred Astaire, Petula Sally, Bettina Clark, Don Franks, Keenan Wynn, Al Freeman Jr., Barbara Hancock, and Tommy Steele. It made 11.6 million, $3.5 million budget. And this one's alright. So then 1969 we had The Rain People. This was a drama film that starred Shirley Knight, James Caan, and Robert Duvall. And it made it was okay movie. It received mixed reviews, but modern reception was more positive. And this one's a good movie by Coppola. So let's so yeah. Then in 1972 he released Godfather. Now this was an American crime film, and this starred Marlon Brando, Al Pacino, James Caan, Richard Castellano, Robert Duvall, Sterling Hayden, John Marley, Richard Conte, and Diane Keaton. And it made 250 to 291 million on a 6 to $7.2 million budget, and it was the highest grossing film of 1972, and it was the highest grossing film for a time, the highest grossing film ever made. The film received critical acclaim from critics and audiences with praise for the performances, but those of Brando and Pacino, direction, screenplay, cinematography, editing, score, and portrayal of the mafia. Um, The Godfather acted as a catalyst for the success careers of Coppola, Pacino, and other new and of relative newcomers in the cast and crew. The film was also revitalized Brando's career, who had declined in the 1960s and went on to star in films such as Last Tango in Paris, Superman, and Apocalypse Now. And this movie was really influential, and this is regarded as one of the greatest and most influential films ever made, as well as a landmark of the gangster genre. And this one was a great. It's one of his best movies, so it's Godfather. And then in 1974, we had The Conversation. This was a mystery thriller, and this starred Gene Hackman and John Cazale, Alan Garfield, Cindy Williams, Frederick Forrest, Harrison Ford, Terry Garr, and Robert Duvall, and yeah, this one was this one was okay. I think Gene Hackman is going to film seriously critical acclaim, but it was a box office disappointment. It made $4.4 million on a $1.6 million budget, and this one is a good one of the best movies by Francis Ford Coppola, and yeah, so yeah, this one was a good movie. 1974, the same year we had Godfather Part Two, and yeah, this starred Al Pacino, Robert Duvall, Diane Keaton, Robert De Niro, Talia Shire, Mor- um, Morgana King, John Cazale, Mariana Hill, and Lee Strasberg, and this made 48.93 million on a $30 million budget. Um, yeah, and yeah, so the like his predecessor, it received divided views from critics. His reputation, however, improved rapidly, and it soon became the subject of the critical reappraisal. And yeah, like his predecessor, Part Two remains a highly influential film, specifically in the gangster genre. It's considered to be one of the greatest films of all time, as well as a rare example of a sequel that may be superior to its predecessor. And yeah, so that is Godfather Part Two. And then 1979, we had Apocalypse Now, this epic war film. Uh, starred Marlon Brando, Robert Duvall, Martin Sheen, Frederick Forrest, Albert Hall, Sam Bottoms, Larry Fishburne, Dennis Hopper, and Harrison Ford. And this movie was and this movie made 100 to 150 million, $31 million budget. Um, Initial views were mixed, while Vittorio's story cinematography was widely acclaimed. Several critics found Coppola's handling of the story made the films and anticlimactic, intellectually disappointing. Um, Poker's Now is now considered one of the greatest films ever made, for instance. And yeah, so this one was one of the great movie by um, Coppola. And then 1982, we had One from the Heart, this musical romantic film, and it starred Frederick Forrest, Terry Garr, Raul Julia, and Natasha Kinski, Lane Kazan, and Harry Dean Stanton, and it made 636,000 on a $26 million budget, and it was a flop. And yeah, this one is it's okay. It's not my favorite Coppola movie. So then in 1983 we had The Outsiders, and this was a coming of age crime drama film based on the 1967 novel of the same name, and this starred C. Thomas Howell, Ralph Macchio, Matt Dillon, Patrick Swayze, Rob Lowe, Emilio Estevez, Tom Cruise, Diane Keaton, and Diane Lane, and Life Garrett. It made $33.7 million on a $10 million budget. Received positive reviews mostly for its performance and performed well at the box office. The film has had a cult following, and yeah, so yeah, this one is an okay one. Yeah, this is one of the best movies by Coppola. I really enjoy it. Then in 1983 we had Rumblefish, drama film, starred Matt Dillon, Mickey Rourke, Vincent Spano, Diane Lane, Diane Short with Nicolas Cage and Dennis Hopper. It made $2 million on a $10 million budget. Um, yeah, yeah. So this film was a drama film, and it was okay. It had positive reviews. I enjoy this movie. And then 1986 we had Peggy Sue Got Married. No, we had Cotton Club that came in 1984. She positive reviews. This was based on the 1977 book of the same name. This starred Richard Gere, Gregory Hines, Diane Lane, Lynette McKee, Bob Hoskins, James Remar, Nicolas Cage, Alan Garfield, Alan Gwen Verdon, Fred Grain, and Lawrence Fishburne. It made 25 million on a $58 million budget. And and it made 77. It was yeah, this is a good movie, a crime drama, and yeah. So 1986, we had Peggy Sue Got Married, and then this was a fantasy comedy drama film. Um, yeah, it made 41.5 million, $8 million budget. It received positive reviews, and yeah, so yeah, they starred Kathleen Turner, Nicolas Cage, Barry Miller, and Catherine Hicks. And this one was okay. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this movie. I think it's really good. But yes, then then in um, then in 1987 we had Guns of the Stone. This was a drama film that James Caan, Angelica Houston, James L. Jones, D.B. Sweeney, Dean Stockwell, and Mary Stuart Masterson. And it made $5 million on $30 million budget. And this was a it received mixed reviews, but it's just okay movie. Um, then we had Tucker, The Man of His Dreams in 1988. Received positive reviews, but it was a box office failure. Made 90.7 million, $24 million budget. This starred Jeff Bridges, Joan Allen, um, Martin Liddell, Frederick Forrest, Mako, and Dean Stockwell. And yeah, so this movie was good. I enjoyed it. Yeah, this was a great movie, and yeah, so starred Jeff Bridges, and yeah, so then in 1989, we had New York Stories, which was an anthology film. This was also directed by Woody Allen, Francis Ford Coppola, and Martin Scorsese. Made 10.7 million, $50 million budget, and it starred Woody Allen, Rosanna Arquette, Mia Farrow, Giancarlo Gianni, um, Julie Kavanaugh, Nick Nolte, and Talia Shire, and it was okay. I really like this movie. And then 1990, we had The Godfather Part 3, the third and final film in the trilogy. This is a crime film that starred Al Pacino, Diane Keaton, Talia Shire, Andy Garcia, Eli Wallach, um, Jane Manson, Gagner, Bridget Fonda, George Hamilton, and Sofia Coppola. And made $136 million, $54 million budget. And yeah, so it made it received mixed reviews. Critics praised Pacino's and Garcia's performances, the cinematography, editing, the production design, Coppola's direction, but criticized the plot and Sofia Coppola's performance. Um, yeah, this one's not my favorite in the trilogy, but yeah, this one's okay. Then in 1992, we had Bram Stoker's Dracula, which was a gothic horror film. So Gary Oldman, Winona Ryder, Anthony Hopkins, Keanu Reeves made $215.9 million on $40 million budget. Although it received positive reviews, though Reeves' performance and English accent received criticism. And this one was good. I thought Gary Oldman's good in this movie. And yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Yeah, so then in 1996 we had Jack. This is a coming of age comedy film. Stars Diane Lane, Jennifer Lopez, Fran Drescher, Bill Cosby, and Brian Kerwin, and Robin Williams, and it made 58.6 million. And it received negative reviews, but it's okay. It's not my favorite Coppola movie. Then in 1997 we had The Rainmaker. This was a legal drama film that starred Matt Damon, Claire Danes, Jon Voight, Mary Kay Place, Mickey Rourke, Danny DeVito, Danny Glover, Roy Schneider, Virginia Madsen, and Teresa Wright in her final film role. And so yeah, it made 49.9 million, and it was okay. It's a good movie by Coppola, and yeah, so Then in 2005 we had Youth Without Youth. No, 2007 we had Youth Without Youth. This was a fantasy drama film based on the novella of the same name. And so it's Tim Roth, Bruno Ganz, Alexandria Maria, Laura, Andre, Henrik, Marcus Iris, and Adrian Pentia. Um, and this made 2.6 million. And yeah, this one was okay movie. Yeah. So that's, yeah, Youth Without Youth. Then in 2009 we had Tetro, which was a drama film, and it made 2.6 million. Vincent Gallo, Aldridge, Enrich, Murray Belvedere, Carlos Mira, Brandor, Carmen Mora, and a few positive reviews. I actually like this movie. This one's good. But finally, we had Twixt in 2011, and this was a horror film, and it starred Val Kilmer, Bruce Dern, Ellie Fanning, and Ben Chaplin, and made $1.3 million budget, and it received negative reviews, but it's not my favorite Coppola movie. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now he has a movie called Megalopolis, which is, I don't know when it comes out, it's 23 or 24. And that stars Adam Driver, Forrest Whitaker, John Voight, Natalie Emmanuel, Lawrence Fishburne, Audrey Plaza, Shia LaBeouf, John Schwartzman, Grace Vanderwall, Catherine Hunter, Talia Shert, Dustin Hoffman, D.B. Sweeney, and Giancarlo Esposito. And yeah, that's pretty much what I'd say. I like Coppola. I like his movies. There isn't really a bad movie. I enjoy most of them. And that's pretty much what I'd say. Francis Ford Coppola. And yeah, that's pretty much it. One of his greatest filmmakers. I love his Godfather trilogy. So yeah, so that's pretty much what I have to say about Francis Ford Coppola. So yeah, one of the great directors we've had. And yeah, so guys, I'm watching my videos for my next video. Bye.